Hey, what's up, everyone? I just want to thank you so much for checking out the first episode of my podcast, written and directed by Chapter 1. We had some technical difficulties with the video, so it cuts out a few minutes in, and it's a blank screen. But stick around and give it a listen, and I appreciate it. And next week, the video will be back up and running, I promise. Enjoy. All right, we are live, and welcome to the first episode of Written and Directed by, you guessed it, me, Harrison Berger. This podcast is, I don't know what yet. I'm a writer-director. I don't know what I want to do with it. I don't know if it's just a clever name that I'm using, or if I want to talk about movies. I tend to think of myself as a funny guy. So maybe it's going to be a comedy podcast. Maybe it's going to be about writing and directing. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of fun, and I am very excited. One thing I'm not excited about right now, though, is I have this recording device, and it's echoing terribly. So every time I say something, it's like on a 3-second delay. So I keep hearing myself again, and it's quite annoying. So I don't know if I need to lower the headphones in this thing or what. So I'm just going to keep messing with it until I get it right. Anyhow, moving onwards and upwards, I have this streaming, or not streaming, but I am recording it via video webcam. So if you guys want to check out the video podcast version of this, please do. I have my TV up here behind me if I ever need to pop something up on screen. Right now, the screen is being covered by the glorious Oscar. Just one day I might just hold this baby right here, and I know I'm gonna hold it one day, and it's gonna be like, thank you, thank the Academy. And so it's right there on my screen so that I can manifest that. Also, my graduation cap said I would like to thank the Academy, so if that tells you how much I want to win an Oscar, I don't know what else does. But it's not about winning the Oscar. I mean, it is, but it's not, right? That would definitely be a huge bonus to making movies. It's not the only reason I want to make movies. I love telling stories. I've always loved telling stories. I originally went to school for illustration. I wanted to become a comic book illustrator and tell stories that way. But alas, I broke my shoulder, didn't go to school for that. Wound up staying home and going to state college and finding film school, which I, to be honest, have not looked back since. I love it. I love it so much. I love, not school. School sucked. But making movies is amazing. And I love every moment of it. I just finished filming a short Western film. We didn't just finish. Oh, excuse me there. We didn't just finish filming. We filmed about a year ago. And I just finished the editing. So that's what's done. Putting in some festivals, and we're going to be premiering it pretty soon, hopefully. And that is a Western about a young black girl whose sister is kidnapped, and she goes on an adventure to find her sister. I like to break stereotypical normalities, especially within genres, and I think this one definitely does it, although Django was a black cowboy, and so, I mean, it's already been done. It's not like it's never been done, but I wanted to deal with feminism and racism, and I think this film does well. It was supposed to be longer than it was, but we had some complications with that. Actors dropping out, losing locations, and crew that didn't really help any situation. So I rewrote and changed it to what it is now. It's a little shorter than I intended it to be, but hey, I still made a movie. And it was really a lot of fun. I would say if you can make a movie, and if you want to make a movie, go out and do it. I mean, you have the power to right at the tips of your fingers with your phones. I didn't use my phone to make my movie, but we could have. I thought about it. I didn't. It wouldn't have gone well. It would have, I don't think shooting on an iPhone would have gone well for this. I have done it. I shoot on an iPhone for my Instagram page. We have me and my actor friend Justin, who we have another podcast with him, which is kind of on hiatus at the moment because he is abroad with a director friend of ours who they're actually movie scouting or location scouting for the second feature that my friend is doing. And so, but I'm getting on a massive tangent here. I don't even remember what I was talking. Oh yes, the iPhone. We have a Instagram series called Itty Bitty not Itty Bitty Podcast, Itty Bitty Movies, and we make about 50-second movies over there. We just started doing this. We have a couple where I'm editing. I just finished editing a second one right now. There's already one little guy up there, but it's fun. It's the ideas that I really like, but I think are too dumb to turn into short films. So 1 minute works out perfect because I still get to make the things that I think are dumb, but it doesn't take up a lot of time, resources. It's just me and my buddies shooting on an iPhone in random places in Santa Monica or wherever. But it's really fun. The last one we did was about two guys shooting each other on the beach with their finger guns, and bullets come out of their fingers. So that one we will be posting pretty soon, and I will link you to those. If you guys are watching on the video podcast, I will link you to those in the description below. Or, I don't know how podcasting works, really. We're just getting started. I'm just getting started with this one. So let's figure it out together. I don't have any topics. I probably should have done that. I just kind of jumped into this. I really wanted to do this, and I didn't plan it. So I'm flying by the seat of my pants here. But hey, that's the fun of being spontaneous, right? I hope this isn't bad. I hope this is not me sitting here going and ah a lot. But hey, that's life, right? You don't have a conversation where it's just cut and dry, and it's one line of dialogue that leads to the next, and it all has purposes. No, there's ahs, and pauses, and awkward silences. That's life. I mean, the Coen brothers do it really well. They get those and ahs in movies spot on. I don't know. I was watching a bunch of movies. This month I got Movie Pass not too long ago, so I've been seeing a bunch of movies. I saw 5 last week. Trying to fix this microphone stand. I saw 5 movies last week. Everything that was out last week: Hotel Artemis, Adrift, Hereditary. Everything out, you name it. I still watch movies at home too. Like I just watched Casino on Netflix, Fahrenheit 451 on HBO. Everything and anything. I love movies. I was telling my friend that I don't know if I'll And this is really stupid. This is really fucking stupid. It's the dumbest, probably one of the dumbest things I've said, because it's. I mean, I don't know. It's not the dumbest thing I've ever said, but it's pretty stupid. And I don't know if I actually believe it myself, but I stick to what I say. I hope it's not true, because this would be really sad. But I said to him, I don't know if I'll ever love anyone as much as I love movies. I don't know why I said. I mean, I do know why I said. I love movies so much. I get so emotional in movies. Like, there's so many times where I walk out of a movie and I'm just like, how is there anything better than making movies? There's nothing superior to making movies. I mean, there are plenty of things that are superior to movies, like eating, and I mean, I don't know how family friendly I'm going to keep this, but you know, there's plenty of things that are better than movies. But I love movies. I just do. They make me feel something inside that I can't quite get to without seeing movies. The experience of being in a dark theater, laughing or crying or getting angry with a group of people is at the same thing. It is very unique, and that, I think, is the main reason I love love writing and directing movies, or being a part of making movies or films or short films, and is making something that people will watch and react from. And that's the reason I wanted to tell stories. I wanted to start telling stories, especially as a young kid. I was always fascinated with being able to make someone react to something or feel something. I started with comic books as a young kid, reading Japanese manga, and recently, in the last couple years, American comic books. But I was always fascinated with how you could, especially with comics, how you could be reading and then just start crying because a character that you cherish dies. I was reading, I remember vividly, probably in high school, I started reading a series called Rurouni Kenshin, about a samurai who wanted to stop killing people. So he had a special sword made, and the sharp side was on the reverse. So the part that would normally cut was dulled. So he would only wind up breaking bones or hurting someone. He wouldn't kill them. And one of the characters in that book, like more than halfway through the series, the book's run, she appeared to have died. And I remember reading that book right before dinner, with having family dinner on a Friday evening, and just crying. And it was a cartoon character, but not even one that spoke to me. I read it. I read it on a page, and I just remember seeing this character's this image of her dead body, and I just burst into tears, because I had such a connection to the character and what she did for the story. And that's the emotion, like that's what I want to evoke, whether it is writing books or screenplays or comics, and it's definitely what I wanted to put on screen. I love evoking emotion. I love making people laugh. That's the main emotion I love to evoke from people. But it's funny, I've never made a comedy. And I would like to tackle that at some point. Oh no, I don't know. I have my CNN up for some reason, but it looks like the rapper XX Tentacion was shot and killed today during a robbery. I don't know who that is. I've heard of him, but that's terrible. Anyhow, that was odd. Speaking of death, that led to that. I wish I knew more about this person and what what went on. I guess I'll have to look that up. I'm going to turn my phone off because that's rude of me. So rude of me to interrupt myself during my podcast. I'm so sorry about that, guys. But yeah, I just got finished watching the latest episode of Westworld, which, if you guys aren't watching, what are you doing? It's so good. It's so good. It's only 2 seasons, but this season is the best. It's just bloody massacre of all humans. Humans versus robots. That's what's going to happen. Right? That's what everyone keeps saying. Eventually humans versus robots. Like Skynet. Everyone's just going to get robots and they're all going to kill us. I hope not. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? The world's a crazy place that we live in, huh? But, I was talking about evoking emotion. Yeah, I've never made a comedy, although I love trying to make people laugh. I don't know if I've succeeded during this episode to make anyone laugh yet, but I'll get there. I'm not a comedian, so... Well, I mean, if I'm trying hard to make people laugh right now, it's probably because I am. I also riff better, like when there's people around. I mean, that's a very big cop-out, but it's true. I mean, I can make myself laugh sometimes. All the time. Who am I kidding? All the time. Hey, and if you can't make yourself laugh, what's the point? You know? What's the point of life if you can't make yourself laugh? And if you sit there and say, I shouldn't laugh at this, then I can't help you then. You have to laugh at your own jokes. You have to laugh at your own jokes. Period. If you don't, then why should anyone else laugh? I'm not a comedian, so I don't know if that's the rule, but hey, that's what I think. And we're entitled to our own opinions. It's a commandment. We're entitled to our own opinions, right? But we shouldn't shove them in other people's faces because our opinions are not fact. They're just opinions. So, yeah. I was thinking about starting this podcast off completely different. I was just gonna start it off in a different way and just straight up lie to everybody and be like, "G'day, everybody. It's me, Harrison, just here giving you guys another podcast, even though this is the first one. How's everyone going?" And I was gonna say like, just joking. I'm not Australian. I'm American. I fooled you, because I thought that would be funny, and I'm glad I didn't do that. Oh, I'm so stupid. Sorry for all the background noise. I live on a busy street. And one day I will get off this street and it will have some peace and quiet and not be woken up at 3 a.m. by 15 police sirens every day. It's every day. There's something every night. I live off of Venice Boulevard. It's technically an interstate, so it's loud. But I did see a film car the other day. They had like a trailer with a car on it and police escorts. That was cool. There's a lot of filming going on right around where I live, and it's amazing. It brings me so much joy because one day that'll be me. I feel like I'm just blabbering to blabber. I don't know what to do. Maybe. Is there something I can talk about? I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. I've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time. And I did one with my buddy Justin. It's called Ironically Stupid, where we did an episode. And I think we had a good time, but you know, that's a different podcast. This one, I need something on my own, you know? We can't do everything with our best friends. Otherwise it'll get annoying to be with those people for that much, right? And especially if you plan on living with that person, it'll be annoying. So I gotta have my own thing. We all need our own things to do. So I've been wanting to do this. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I don't want to just like jump on the podcast fad. Everyone's got one. I'm pretty sure there's one called, I think I saw one called like, I don't know. Everybody, I don't know. I don't know the title, but I remember the dude definitely said, I have a podcast and I do it with my mom. So literally everyone and their mom has a podcast. I don't know, maybe this one will be different. I hope it's going to be different. I'm going to try a few things in the next few weeks here. I'm going to try to figure something out that I think will be fun to do. I don't want to just do something and just sit here and talk, because no one likes to listen to people just talk. Well, I mean, that's a lie. Otherwise, podcasts wouldn't be a thing. People love to hear people talk. But I want to do something that's interesting, and that's not just boring. So I think I'm going to try out doing some different bits and whatnot, especially with the cool and awesome name of Written and Directed By. One of my plans is to talk about movies. So I have lots of friends who are involved in movie making and want to be involved in movie making. So maybe we can get some interviews going. Yeah. But that's where I'm at right now in that. I'm on my way to San Diego in a little bit, visit some familia, and just chill, and hopefully not pay for anything because my parents are there, and that would be nice. I don't want to pay for things anymore. I'm a struggling artist, okay? I can't afford to pay for things. So, Mom, help me pay for my food and the useless junk that I need. But that's the only reason. That's not the only reason. I miss my family. I'm from Arizona, so this is the furthest I've ever lived away from my family. But my family visits San Diego for a month and every year, so it's that time of year. I'm going to go have some fun. See my dogs and see my sisters and be a beached whale on the beach. Because, hey, that's what vacation is for. To be a beached whale. That's it. No, there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say that can change my mind. I will be in the gym 5 days a week still. But vacation is still for being a beached whale. You just have to pick and choose your moments. So, that's what I'm about to do. I already packed. I'm ready. I'm fucking ready to go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go right now. See what I mean? I'm just blabbering. Just blabbering. If you guys want to check me out on Instagram, please do so. I need the followers. I live my life based on followers and likes. Just kidding. Most people do. Has anyone noticed that? Is it just me? Does anyone else notice that people live their life based on followers and likes? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, I was working an event this weekend for Netflix, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but I've told so many people because it was pretty cool. But I was working this event, and there was some girls that were also working the event, like other, I guess, coworkers. But this girl was trying to figure out when she should post a picture. And if you're listening to this, you know who you are. I'm not hating on you, like you specifically, because I think you're a cool person. But the idea that people have to live their lives based on likes and views is insane. Don't get me wrong, I'm about to with this podcast. Like, that's the only way it's going to succeed, is based off likes and listens. But this girl, and again, don't hate me. It just annoyed me. So this is where my annoyances are going to be vocalized. At least 4 times, at least, she said, when should I post this picture? Because I want people to like it. And I said, you're asking the wrong guy, first of all. I couldn't even tell you. I just post my shit randomly, and if it gets 11 likes throughout the entire day, I think I'm fine. Like, that's just cool. I just want people to see what I do. And if it's only 11, it's more than that. It's like 40. But if it's only 11, that's 11 people that saw my work. But she kept asking when she should post it, and saying, like, I do it this time, because at this time. And then she had posted it at like 8 a.m. when we got to set, or it wouldn't be set, but when we got to the event, it was on a studio lot. So that was really cool. She posted it at like 8, and I saw that I was tagged in it. And then it was, when I went to go look for it, it was deleted. And then she had said that she had deleted the first one because she didn't get 100 likes in the first minute. And I didn't know what to say. She deleted it because it didn't get over 100 likes in the first minute that it was posted. Like, what? Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares? So she posted it again at like 10, and it still didn't get, I don't know, she was mad or upset that it didn't get over 50 likes in the first minute that it was up, or 40 seconds or 30 seconds, whatever. It was such a small increment of time that she had posted the picture and that she didn't get a certain amount of likes. It blew my mind. It blew my fucking mind. And it was like something that she complained about for a little bit longer. And I don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, who lives their lives based like that? Who, like I don't wake up every day going, but and I'm gonna post a picture and I better get 5,000 likes today, and if I don't, I'm gonna delete my whole account. Fuck it. I'm gonna delete my whole account because no one likes me anymore. Like, what the fuck? What kind of thought is this? And I mean, people are doing the most insane shit to get noticed too. Like these face tattoos. Like, I guess you can't be a rapper if you don't have face tattoos these days. I mean, I don't get it. I was just telling a friend, I would hate to be in elementary school in 2018, because we lived in one of the most fucked up times. I don't know. We do. And the thing I don't know is that, you know, in older generations, like, who knows? They probably say the same shit, but I think because of technology, there's just this need to look and be a certain way online, to have a certain online presence and to present yourself in a certain light, and you can only catch me at this angle, and if I only have a little bit of makeup on, it's still no makeup, and I have to have a certain amount of followers, and I need to always be working out, or, you know, I don't know, like the hashtags, man. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, and I don't know if I ever will, and I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to understand like why you need that. I was never a popular kid in school. Granted, people knew me. A lot of people knew me because I just liked making friends, but I was never like the popular kid. I didn't want to be. I wanted to date the popular girls, but I mean, who doesn't? You know, I have a 10-year-old sister, and sometimes I fear, like, I don't know. I'm scared is what it is. Like, for this the generation that my youngest sister is growing up in, is their whole lives. They were born at a time where social media was starting to develop. Like Facebook. I remember Facebook was only for college kids. And I was jealous of my babysitter when she was like, yeah, it's only for college kids. And I was like, oh, I want that, because I was on MySpace. And, well, I don't know what this was, in middle school. But, you know, my sister, even my second youngest sister, she was not completely growing up in a generation with technology. She still had a few years. I think, you know, she got her first touch screen phone when she was, I don't know, like 8th grade, but that's still young. I didn't get an iPhone until I was a sophomore in high school. But now kids these days, like, they're getting them at 5 years old. Younger than that, you know. It's like now an iPhone is a binky now. It's like, I gotta make my kids stop crying, so here, play with this iPad, play with this phone, sit in front of whoever the fuck and listen to them. Like, do you even know who your child is watching? Like, I know this is an old topic, but your child could be watching Jake Paul or Logan Paul or whoever the fuck. These dumb fucking people who are saying dumb fucking shit to your kids, and that's what they're learning. Like, look at little Tay. It's a 9-year-old running around screaming like, fuck you, fuck this, I have more money than you. You know, she's 9. Where did she learn that shit? And now you have other kids her age, younger, that are doing the same thing because they have a phone. They can make profile, like Instagram and Facebook and YouTube profiles easily. They can do whatever they want because they grew up with it in their hand. They know how to bypass everything. They figured it out. And the only reason your grandparents don't know how to do it is because they don't care. They could figure it out. They just don't want to because it's something new for them that they have to do. But the kids, they want to because it's been put in front of them. So they're like, how do I use this? How do I do this? And they figure it out. They can do anything. Like, they can go into Google, make a Gmail, make a YouTube account, make an Instagram account. Like, I guarantee you there's so many just young kids. If you looked, there's so many. It's ridiculous. And then now you can't even tell. You can't even tell how old some of these people are. Like, it's insane. It's insane. I'm just very fortunate and grateful that I grew up in the generation that I did, because, oh, fuck. Growing up today would suck ass. It would suck ass so hard. I mean, I was a fat kid growing up. I'm still kind of chunky, but I'm working on it. But I feel like I'd be so ridiculed. Like, I don't know if if I could have dealt with it. I never got made fun of. Even when I would ask out the hot girls, I would never get any. No one would ever made fun of me, which is surprising. And maybe it was you know how the people say it's like, I didn't get made fun of because I was a big kid, but those kids are usually the scary ones that were the bullies. So, but I was a happy-go-lucky, nerdy kid. Like, I mean, you can definitely tell I'm a nerdy kid. Like, that's a statue of an anime character right there. And those are my books of anime and manga right there. If you could see this room that I'm in, you'd go, oh yeah, that dude is a total fucking nerd loser. No, I'm not a loser, but I am a nerd and I am a geek and proud of it. But I don't ever recall being bullied, which I'm very thankful for. But I know people go through it on the daily, and I have a feeling that if I was growing up in 2018, I was 10, 11, 12, that age right now, that I probably would be getting made fun of. And it's really shitty. It's really shitty. And it happens a lot. It happens all the time. And we have to stop it. And I don't know how. I don't know how to stop it. I think it comes down to parenting. But even at a certain point, I don't think it's enough. Because no matter how strict you are with a parent or with your child, there's always someone who's going to influence others. Even for instance, like for me, like I've recently found a comedian that I thought is hilarious. So now I listen to all his podcasts and I eat his shit up. Not his literal shit, but like his content. And I find myself saying similar things that he says because it's what I'm influenced by. It's what I listen to the most. So the way I say things has changed, and I've noticed that as a pattern over the years, even with different movie characters, things that I connect with or that I want to connect with, I wind up in using those influences in my own life and using them in daily speech. So imagine, even no matter what you monitor your kid with like how they speak, what they watch, what they read, what kind of kid they hang out with, they're always going to be influenced by something, and that may be good or bad. And if it's at school or if they're at someone else's house or wherever, you don't have control over it. I mean, I turned out fine, but that's because I don't like conflict. I don't know if that's parenting or not. I think it is. I mean, my brother went through an aggressive stage where he was a little shit. He can be sometimes still, but I don't know if that's it. I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it is personality. I hate to say one of those people that base everything off of astrological signs, but I think that has a lot to play with it too. Those, different zodiacs can play into like personality traits and behaviors, and I don't know. It also has to do with who you hang out with. I know that when I'm with my buddy, what's the word? Not projection, but I'm just a lot more outgoing. I'm a very like indoorsy, in my room, like be alone kind of person, and he's so just out there. Like he's an actor, okay? That's what it is. He's an actor, and he wants the spotlight. Hey buddy, if you're listening, I love you, but it's true. And so when we're together, I kind of like to share that spotlight, because in some ways that's how I wish I was. I wish I was very outgoing and extroverted, That's the word. Introverted and extroverted. Found it. Thank you. Thank you, brain. I wish I was more extroverted. And I don't like to say wish because why wish when you can just go ahead and change it? But I don't really want to be very extroverted. The only times I want to be extroverted is when I'm talking to new people or I'm trying to meet new people. Otherwise, I'm very introverted, and I don't mind. I don't know. It's who I is, and I don't really want to change that. But it's fun to hang out with someone who's very extroverted because then it allows me to come out of my bubble and just be a little bit more who I am, just in front of people. And it all comes down to not giving a fuck. I've learned that. It's taken a while, but my problem was I don't care. I used to care too much what random people thought. I used to care what strangers thought of me. And I still do sometimes, but the idea is you're never going to see them again. So why do you care? And that's what I try to say every time I want to do something. It works sometimes, but it's troubling. But anyhow, I got off on a huge tangent. I don't know how I got here. Started talking about technology, and I just don't know how I ended up to this part of it. But hey, this is the podcast that I'm running. And if you don't like it, there's the door. But please come back because I need the listens. Anyhow, I think that I'm going to wrap it up here since I don't have a plan. It was just a little bit of rambling, and maybe that's how these will go. Maybe I'll just have a few notes for next time, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, structure or no structure. Maybe next time I'll have one more structured, and then I can kind of pick and choose which of the two I like the best. Maybe we can do a little bit of both. I don't know. But anyhow, thank you so much for listening, and if you stuck through it all the way, I will come find you wherever you are and give you a crisp high five. That is the written and directed by guarantee. If you listen to this all the way through, especially on these first couple of episodes, I'll fly or drive wherever you are and give you a crisp high five. Only if you're within 10 miles of Venice, California, or wherever I happen to be at that time. That is the disclaimer. But anyhow, thanks for listening. If you'd like to follow me on social media, Instagram at Harrison Burger, Twitter at Harrison C Burger, I believe, or Harrison Burger. And yeah, I'll put the links in the description on the video podcast. And if I can figure out how to do it on the audio podcast, I definitely will. Definitely. Gotta learn how to say words. But thanks for watching and listening, and we will see you hopefully next week. I'm going to bring my gear to San Diego, and maybe I'll try to crank another one of these out. And I'll definitely be seeing Incredibles 2, so why don't I'll talk about that. I'm going to see a bunch of movies this summer. So there's a lot of good ones. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Written and Directed By, and I will see you on the next one. That's a wrap. I should have said cut. I should have said cut first. Damn it.